Alrighty then, Internet Minions. So, you have sent me a good deal of questions and probably even more topics. And I'm going to try and answer and address those respectively right now for you. And if you don't like it, you can go straight to hell. I'm just kidding. It doesn't exist. So, anyway, if you like the video, then please leave a rating. You know how it works. But I'm going to address all of these. I guarantee there are way too many for me to get through, as always. And I'm actually expecting company in a little bit. So, I'm going to try and go as long as I can. And we'll see how it goes. That's what I said to her. All right, there. Daniel Cockrum, what are your thoughts in drugs? What do you mean? Are you talking about, like, what are my thoughts on drugs? Like, holy shit, look at that leprechaun across the room. Like, if I'm on shrooms or something? Or do you mean, like, my thoughts on shrooms? Like, how do I feel about them or different drugs like that? I mean, as far as drugs go, I'm pretty much, laissez-faire about the whole thing. Let everybody do what they want. As long as you're not impacting me, I really don't care. Even if you're smoking crystal meth next door to me, as long as you don't have a lab there and you're not in danger of blowing me up or something like that, and if you just want to sit over there and smoke it and be to yourself, that's fine. That's A-okay. Just don't be driving on it and don't be endangering me. But it's your health. That's your prerogative, and I don't have a right to tell you not to just because of my level of comfortability with the matter. So I would say I'm pretty much okay with, idealistically, I'm fine with any drug a person wants to do, but obviously that's not a very reasonable answer because you can't be idealistic. That's just not realistic. I guess that's kind of the point. So my thoughts on drugs, to each their own. Let people do them if they want. As long as you're not impacting me or endangering my life or someone else's, I really, really, really don't give a shit. GD Raven, Jesus Christ, dude. Jesus Titties Christ, how could you conceivably make your name any harder to read? This is ridiculous. X3. All right. Black Ops 2 Zombies release trailer. Well, the Black Ops 2 Zombies released. I was thinking about doing a video about it, and I was just thinking there, and I was having one of those inner monologues where I was talking to myself, and I was thinking, man, I should really make this video. That's an opportunity for a lot of views. And then, so you don't get confused, my inner monologue is a British gentleman named Rutherford. We get along great, and then he was like, hey, Taylor, if we decide to make a video about it, you're going to look like a wanky cock because there ain't any details in that trailer and you're going to be seen as trying to get views without any content. And I sound a little bit like Michael Caine, at least in my head. Man, that was bad. But he talked some sense into me and I was like, God damn it, Rutherford, you're exactly right. If I made a video about it right now and didn't include any content, I would just be a money-grubbing whore. No, I'm just kidding. There are videos I've seen about the trailer that actually have some details in it. But for the most part, I've probably watched 8 or 9 of them now, and the vast majority are just pure, unadulterated shit. And I guarantee I already know who people are going to be, like, bashing in the comment section. But you know what? That's one thing I did want to talk about, is even if you think I'm insulting some commentator, which I know exactly who you guys think I'm making fun of right now, and I'll tell you it's not that person, I'm telling you. But just don't bash other YouTube users in my comments. That's one thing, a little tangent I wanted to take. It makes me a little bit uncomfortable. I don't like it. I guess if it's relevant to the video, that makes sense a little bit. But, I don't feel comfortable when someone is getting made fun of and they don't have an opportunity to defend themselves. Just like if I went over to, like I made that video a little bit against White Boy 7th Street the other day. Like if I went over to White Boy's channel and there were a bunch of people saying, Mercadurk is a faggot, I hate that douche. Like, it's not like it's going to hurt my feelings, but at the same time, out of respect, I don't feel like it's okay for me to have a bunch of flame comments on other people in my comment section. So I don't ever edit comments out or delete things unless there's like a mistake and I double post, but I have been deleting those if it's like someone just ragging on another YouTube person. Well, now that I'm off my high horse of morality, all right. Chronic Wanker, talk about legitimate rape. Legitimate rape. If you don't know that reference, it's in reference to Todd Akin, who is a U.S. Senator. I think he's a U.S. Senator. He might be, yeah, he's from Missouri. I should know that. And he said that women's bodies would not become pregnant when they were raped because their bodies can avoid that or something. And it was just so mind-numbingly stupid and ridiculous and insulting to everybody's intelligence that it just got blown out of proportion. Like, everyone should have seen that and immediately realized this was some old fogey who just didn't have a fucking clue about how reality works, and they should have just said, this guy is completely out of touch with reality, don't pay him any attention or give him any heed. But instead, everybody exploded and gave this guy a ton of attention. And of course, because there are so many of those like super leftist like women, like, oh, we want birth control and all that, of course, by default, super right men and women are just going to take Todd Akin's side just because they're liberals taking such a harsh stance against him, even though what he said is stupid and everybody knows it. It just seems like even when we give negative attention to political figures, it works out in the end for them because there's always another side to an issue, even if it's not a real side issue, even if it's stupid. Because clearly, what legitimate rape? What does that even mean? I don't know. DJ or XD Jakey, would you rather eat a pound of dick cheese or chug 3 pints of sour milk? I mean, that's not even a question, man. Well, it is a question technically. Phonetically, that is in fact a question. But I'm going to say 3 pints of sour milk because I could endure that. I could get through that. A lot of vomiting, a lot of hard shit, but I would record it and make it a video. No problem there. Shafreak, zombie bees in Washington. Zombie bees in... I'm sorry, buddy. I have no idea what you're talking about with the zombie bees. My bad. All right, what would you do if you were a dictator on your own island, and what would be the name of your island? From SQfinity. All right, so let me think. What would you do if I was a dictator of an island? Well, I would make... If you are above the age of 18 and below the age of 30, and you are an attractive woman, you must walk around in... the nude at all times. No, that's a rule for everyone. You know, everyone is naked at all times, but the dictatorship only consists of me and women of that age. There are no men allowed except for me in the entire place, except for when, like, I have sporting events and stuff, and if I want to, like, play video games and something like that. But then again, there are lots of girls like video games and shit. I'm sure there'd be plenty there on my island in my dictatorship, and who gives a shit? Actually, yeah, I'm treating this like I'm still me. No, everybody's learning how to play video games. They're learning how to play the ones I like. We're all going to do all the things I like all the time. It's going to be like a little kid has his own island, and everybody is just so terrified of what I might do to them in a moment of irrationality that they just do everything I want out of fear. It'd be great. You know, better to be feared instead of loved. There's a little bit of Prince for you. So, yeah. And the name of the island would be, the name of the island. I guess I would have to go old school and call it Penn Island. I don't know. I guess that would be the funniest thing to do it because they would have to like invite me as like a delegate. They'd be like the representative from Penn Island, and they would say like penis land above me. I don't know. That'd be pretty funny, like in the UN or something. Guns of Thunder. How did you get through your depression after you and your GF broke up? It wasn't just depression about me and my girlfriend breaking up. I had been depressed way before that, and I still get depressed now. It's really just a matter of trying to get yourself get a hold on your head, get a wrap around your mind, and just focus on something that makes you happy, you know? Like, even when you're sitting there and you just are dwelling on everything and you're like, I don't know what's making me sad. Why am I anxious? What's wrong with me? What am I frustrated about? What I used to do is I would take a list and I would write down everything in my life that was stressing me out, or every tenet of my life, like family, or like girlfriend, or like a crush on someone, or school, or something like that. And then I would analyze it and like figure out what was really worrying me. And usually when I was depressed, I would find out none of those things were particularly worrisome to me. It was just a matter of me feeling down. And I guess in that situation, it just helped me. And remember, this is me personally. There's no blanket fix for this. But of course, there's medicine, but that's not always a blanket fix as well. For me, I just liked getting out and being, not alone, being in a social situation. That really helped me out a lot. Meeting a couple new people, or maybe even better than meeting a couple new people, just get with some good old friends that you're comfortable with, and just have a chill time. For me, at least, that would just help me take my mind off things. But I guess social encounters, for me, that's the simple answer. Probably should have said that, saved you some of your time. But yeah, that's how I feel about Beat. Sorry for feeling depressed, buddy. I'm sure I'll get through it. Jeff's, what is your college GPA? Not 100% comfortable divulging that. I do get very good grades for the most part, though. I have to take an Italian 2 class this upcoming semester, and that's going to own me. There's no way I can do Italian. So if I have any Italian subscribers listening to this, shoot me a message and teach me Italian, goddammit. Or whatever. I can't even imitate Italian. God damn it. Like, see, I'm going to have to play some Mario Kart or something, get that back into me. Nintendo 64-some. Oh, that's a good name. Favorite video game console. If it's not the N64, I'll unsub. I figured that. I guess... See, N64 would be... Well, I don't know. Maybe either N64 or like Sega Genesis or something like that would be like my nostalgic one that I really liked. Like, that just like has that place in my heart that I really enjoyed playing with friends. Especially N64, because like all my friends had that when I was younger. We'd play with a 4-player constantly. But as far as what I've had actually the most fun and invested the most time into, I'd have to say Xbox 360. You know, I definitely put the most time into that console. So I have to say that one. Sorry, guess you're going to have to unsub. But that's the end of this video because I'm out of time. I'm not really out of time. That's a lie that people tell you on the internet. In fact, there's actually no limit to how long the video can be. It's sheer laziness and just wanting to stop that's making me stop right now. So don't believe any of the bullshit you hear from me saying that I have to get off. It's never true. So, on that note, I love you and good night.